One of the saddest things patriarchy steals from people is friendship. The kind of friendship that allows people to feel fully seen, deeply supported, and safely themselves. Welcome back to the Revolution Resolution. I'm Malaika Tubbs. In our last episode, we talked about why vulnerability feels so dangerous and how many people learn to hide parts of themselves in order to maintain what they think is love, belonging, or safety. Today, I want to widen that conversation because these emotional rules do not only shape romantic relationships, they shape friendships too. And that matters deeply because friendship is one of the most important places human beings learn who they can trust, who they can become, and whether they are allowed to exist without performance. But American patriarchy does not encourage friendships rooted in mutual vulnerability, emotional honesty, and shared care. It encourages competition, performance, self-protection, emotional restraint, and isolation. In Erased, I write about how this system of hierarchy narrows people. It flattens our complexity. It rewards predictability. It teaches people to perform acceptable versions of themselves instead of living fully inside their uniqueness. The way we've been socialized to see friendship is one of the clearest places we can see this happening in real time. Many boys grow up learning that closeness must remain surface level, that emotional intimacy between men is suspicious, weak, or uncomfortable, that affection should be hidden behind teasing, competition, or humor. So many men are left longing for deeper connection while carrying enormous fear around emotional openness. At the same time, many girls are socialized into friendships that revolve around emotional labor, self-monitoring, and comparison. They are taught to maintain harmony, to avoid being too much, to remain desirable, agreeable, accommodating, and socially acceptable. And all people, regardless of gender, absorb a broader cultural message that independence is superior to interdependence, that needing others makes you weak, that vulnerability creates risk, that people are competitors before they are companions. This creates friendships where people may spend significant amounts of time together while still feeling unseen. People learn how to update each other without fully revealing themselves, how to stay likable without becoming known, how to maintain connection without risking rejection. And underneath so much loneliness is this painful reality. Many people have never experienced friendship where they felt completely safe being fully themselves. Patriarchy depends on this because deep friendship threatens hierarchy. When people trust one another deeply, when they share resources, when they support each other emotionally, when they tell each other the truth, when they practice care collectively, people become harder to isolate, harder to control, harder to convince that survival must happen alone. This is one reason systems rooted in hierarchy consistently weaken communal bonds. They encourage comparison instead of collaboration, scarcity instead of generosity, performance instead of honesty. And social media often intensifies this dynamic. Many people now feel pressure to curate friendship instead of experience it, to document closeness instead of inhabit it, to appear connected while quietly feeling emotionally alone. But friendship was never meant to function this way. Historically, friendship has often been one of the most important sites of survival, creativity, healing, and resistance. Communities survive because people accompany one another. Movements survive because people trust one another. People survive when we realize we were never meant to carry life entirely alone. This is why liberatory friendship matters. Not friendship built on usefulness or performance or constant emotional management, but friendship rooted in mutual humanity. Friendship where people are allowed to evolve, to tell the truth, to ask for help, to disappoint each other and repair, to celebrate each other without competition, to remain complex instead of just becoming manageable. And this kind of friendship requires vulnerability. It requires emotional courage. It requires moving beyond the scripts that taught us closeness was dangerous. Because one of the deepest forms of healing is discovering that another person can fully see you and stay. Here are your questions for today. What did you learn friendship was supposed to look like? Where have you felt pressure to perform instead of connect? What kinds of friendships make you feel more fully yourself? And what becomes possible when friendship is rooted not in hierarchy, but in shared care? How did this episode make you feel? Will you share it with a friend who has helped you feel seen, supported, and safely yourself? And remember, one of the most powerful things we can offer each other, and one of the most powerful tools in revolution, is our choosing to accompany one another. We're learning how to practice that together, one step at a time.